Alright everyone, welcome to another crypto video. Today we're going to be doing an update video on FET, which I did a video on like a few days ago, but I thought I want to do another update video on it. Because I don't mind talking about FET. It's not a bad coin, it's performing pretty well, and I'm actually become pretty bullish on this coin moving forward. So just want to say, not financial advice, please do your own research. But anyway, we'll get into it, discuss FET. So the big thing we're discussing is this big symmetrical triangle that we see forming, which has started forming back in late August, so the start of September. This big triangle, which looks pretty clean, which is what you want. And then obviously we saw a big rally from here up to the price of $1.20, which is a pretty parabolic move, 130% gain, and then a big correction. And then after that we entered a bit of an accumulation period here that we spoke about last video with this sideways moving channel, just basically going up and down between here until we finally saw that breakout. And yeah, hit this triangle again, forming the symmetrical triangle. We also saw coming off this some support off this line, and we've continually seen that. So we did break through here, which wasn't ideal, but as we can see here, we've had 2 wicks which have provided support, which is pretty nice, like recently. So it looks pretty good. If we bring up here, this is the relative strength index. I've got it on the 4-hourly, so it's very like what's the word? Like a lot of W's in like the RSI, like straight up, straight down kind of movement, which comes from like the way FET's been moving. I said last video, FET moves like quite differently to other coins. I find Cardano moves weird, and so does FET. Most other coins tend to move like in a similar pattern. But as we can see here, we're in the RSI, we're in like a sideways moving channel. And so like, I'm not going to say I'm predicting like short-term movements, because to predict short-term movements in crypto is nearly impossible. I'm also looking at like probability and like long-term potential, mid to long-term. I feel like you can predict somewhat, like in a few months, what a coin will be at roughly, like by no means accurately. But what I'm saying here, like in the short term, I think a move down in the strength index to hit this line of support. And this line of support isn't like 100%. Like it might get close to it, like where it is now, and then start to move up. Or it may break through. Like you can see here, it broke through pretty low. So we may see that. It may come down here and then spike back up. But as I'm saying, you get just a lot of spikes up and down. And we've had this spike down. So I would say any day now, we're probably due for it to spike up. And when that happens, the strength increases. I mean, the price has increased. That's why the strength increases. So I think we might see a movement down, get some support of this line, and then move back up and start the rally up. So if we do go down, we could see another touch on this line of support, which would be pretty good, because we have basically 3 main touch points, maybe a 4th if we zoom in. No, there's no touch point there. So you could probably say 4 if you really wanted to. Got one small one there, 2, big one there, and then another one there. So four main touch points on this. It would be nice to get a 5th one. I think we might come down, get support. It's going to depend on what most of the market does. So we may see this, get some support, and then rise, which I'm fine with doing that, getting support, and then come back up. Something like that might happen. I don't know. Just speculation, based off like probability. As I said, it's going to depend on what Bitcoin does. So if we were to look at the Bitcoin chart, still basically just moving sideways, sitting at 65,000, which is pretty good, because it went below, went as low as 62,300. So we've come back up a little bit, which is nice. Still remaining pretty boring, as it has for the past few weeks, to be honest. It hasn't exactly done much. Bitcoin, I mean, it's hit all-time highs. Like I'm not gonna say hasn't done much, but it's mostly sideways movement. All in all, like if we look at like this, it's pretty much just sideways moving in like this channel here between those 2 white lines I just drew. And so we may see Bitcoin come down, get support off this line, and if that happens, then we'll see FET, I believe, come down and hit this line as well, get some support. It keeps happening where we're getting a lot of support off the patterns we're seeing in most coins. Like we see it in Ethereum's getting it like right now off this line, which is nice. It's just good to see, because the danger is when we break these lines is that we can have big pullbacks. So like Ethereum could break this and you could just see like Ethereum go on a bit of like a bad move, you know, down. It might like have to test off this line. I don't think that'll happen. The market looks too bullish at the moment, but that's like the danger we face when in these long channels, is that if we don't see that support, then we can see it can just get pretty ugly. And we're seeing it like in a lot of coins. Zaliqua is right there on this symmetrical triangle. Uniswap, same thing, getting support here off this sideways moving channel. I think I spoke about this one yesterday, Aave, which is a coin I look at from time to time. Same thing with this one. So a lot of support in the market, which is good. As I'm saying, I'm extremely bullish on this coin long term. I think the next few months for the whole market is just going to be really good. There's going to be corrections that come, you know. I mean, like FET hit $1 the other day. Like it was like just after the video I posted. So I mean, like as I said, corrections are going to come, but I think the next few months are going to be good for FET. We might see some good numbers hit. All-time high is $1.20. We got to $1.03. So it'd be nice to get to that all-time high. I think the big target here is to break out of this triangle first, which I don't think will happen just yet. I think it might be a bit early to just rise here and get out. I think either a sideways movement and then up, or I think more likely to be support off this line and then come up and then break through. And just quickly draw a line to see what we'll be looking at with that. I'm expecting to break out maybe around here would be a little more likely. And this is obviously past the all-time high, upwards of like $1.40, which would be very nice. All right, I'm gonna wrap the video up there. Let me know what you think of FET in the comments, how you think it's gonna move. And if you have any coins you want me to discuss, let me know. We'd love to hear your thoughts. Please subscribe, like the video, much appreciated. And I'll catch you on the next video. See you guys.